Hi, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. In this video tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to make this little vest that comes on this bear. Now, if you didn't see the video tutorial on where I showed you how to construct the bear, there will be a link below your YouTube screen so that you can view that and make the bear. But in this tutorial, I'm just going to show you how to make this cute little vest. I'll show you how to make it with some trim on it and without the trim. Okay, let's get started. This is the pattern that I'm using for those of you who have not seen it before. And it is a McCall's pattern, and it is purchased at Walmart stores. And the pattern number is 9547. And in case you have a hard time finding it, I know one of the viewers said they had a hard time finding the pattern. They have it sort of filed kind of funny. So you have to look for bin number, and it'll be right on the front of the pattern, and it should be in the pattern book too. It is 148. So you go to bin number 148 and then look for this pattern number. For this vest, you will need pattern pieces number 11, 12, and 13. Out of pattern piece 11, that's this one here, it's the front, you'll need to cut 4 pieces. On number 12, which is the back, you'll need to cut 2. And for the collar, which is pattern number 13, you'll need to cut 2. In your pattern instructions, it tells you to take piece number 11 and 12. And you're going to have 2 that you're going to use, and you're going to take them and bring them on top of each other, bringing front sides together. So you'll have 2 of these, and the other one will go on the other side. You're matching up at this shoulder seam here. So I've already got mine done. So remember, bringing front sides together, pin it up here at the shoulder, up here, and then stitch 1/4 inch seam here and here. And you're doing it both on your lining and your outside fabric. So you're going to wind up with 2 sets. On both your fabric for the outside and the lining, you're going to go up to those shoulder seams and open them up and press them open on the back side. Now take both your lining and the fabric for the outside and bring front sides together. And place pins to hold them together. You're going to match your shoulder seams, so make sure you pin up here at your shoulder seams, getting them matched. Then after you've pinned along the edges here and the bottom, this is the back of the vest, this is the front, you're going to stitch along this edge 1/4 inch seam. So starting over here, stitch all the way up to this corner, then go around the neck, stop here and turn, and go down and stop here at the side. So you're going to stitch that area first. Then come over here to this part here, the bottom of the back of the vest, stitch 1/4 inch seam along here. Then the next area you're going to stitch is around the armhole opening. So on this side and this side. The side seam areas here and here, you don't stitch, you just leave them open for now. Remember on your pattern instruction sheet, throughout all of the instructions, it talks about doing your little clips around the curved edges. And if you've forgotten what that is, refer back to your pattern sheet. But you're basically going to go along all the curved edges and do little slits up to the stitch line. At the top of the vest in front, in the little corners here and here, you're going to cut a little bit of the fabric off so that you can remove some of the bulk, so when you turn it front side out, your corners aren't real bulky looking. So I usually will just go across at an angle like this, trim a little off, and then I'll go just a little bit off on each side. Now you're going to turn it front side out, and I'm going through just one of the openings on the side. And you're going to reach through your little neck, not neck, but your shoulder seam. So you're actually going to pull it all out through that little shoulder seam. It's a little hard to get it started, but once you get it started, it comes out pretty easily. So I'm just going to work my way over to the shoulder seam and begin to pull it out. And once you're done with this side, then you're going to go over to the other shoulder seam and push or pull that one front side out. Once you have it turned front side out, you want to reach inside with your fingers and push against your seams to help smooth them out. And I would do that step at your ironing board, and while you smooth out one seam, take your iron and go over it. So you want to give the whole vest a nice pressing. Before I stitched my side seams together, I decided to do a zigzag stitch on the raw edges. So the raw edge here, here, then go to the other side and do a zigzag stitch here and here. That's to keep the fabric from unraveling. Now you want to bring the front of the vest to the back of the vest, and you're bringing front sides together. And pin your edges along the side and then stitch 1/4 inch seam on both side seams. After you're done stitching, then go to your ironing board and press your side seams open. Now we're going to stitch the collar together. Take both pieces and bring them front sides together and place pins all around the edges. On the outside here, on the outside edge I should say, you're going to leave an opening. And then on each side of the opening you're going to back stitch. And start over here on this side of your opening, stitching 1/4 inch seam, stitch all the way around up to this corner, then turn your collar, stitch around this way, turn your collar again, and stop on the other side of the opening, and then back stitch. And then make sure at the 2 points on your collar, you trim some of those corners off, just like you did on the vest. Then you're going to take your scissors and do small little slits around the outside curved edge and on the inside curved edge. After you've finished your stitching and you've done your little clips around all the curved edges, then you want to reach in through the opening and turn it front side out. I've already turned mine front side out, and then you want to give your edges a good pressing. Press it nice and flat. While you're pressing it, turn your opening edges in 1/4 inch and press that. Place a few pins to hold and then stitch close to the edge to close it up. I'm going to show you several different ways to finish it off. On this particular vest, I'm not going to put the trim on it that it's suggested. I did on another one, which I'll show you in a moment. So if you don't really want to put any trim on it, you want it just very simple, then you want to go around all of your edges and stitch about 1/8 of an inch away from all your edges all over the vest, on the bottom, around the neckline, around the armholes. And you want to do the same thing on the collar to make it all very nice and flat. Now in the instructions, it talks about putting a snap-on and a button. I decided not to do that. I'm going to show you how I'm going to finish mine off. I think this is a lot easier. So no snap, no button, but you're going to put a little bow tie on it. So take your corner here. Let me open this up. So the corners up at the top near the neckline, place some ribbon and cut your ribbon 10-11 inches long. Take your collar and place it on top and then stitch right along here. And then you'll go over to the other side and do the same thing. Place it in between the collar and the vest and then stitch. So it all becomes one piece. It's easy to get it on, and then you just tie it in a little bow when it's done. The trim that I decided to use was metallic rickrack because there was a lot of metallic in the fabric that I used on the bear and in the vest. So I just laid the rickrack on the edges, placed it at the top corner up here, and then stitched it all the way around. So I started at a corner, laid it down, went around all the way along the bottom edge, came back up and finished it up at the corner. And then on the collar, I just put it on the outside edge, doing the same thing, just stitching it along the edge. And when you're stitching on rickrack, you want to just stitch right down the center. And because this is metallic gold, I chose to use yellow ribbon because it doesn't show at all. It just sort of blended in really well with the ribbon. And again, I didn't use the snap and the button. I chose glittery ribbon, put it on just like the first one I showed you. Well, here they are. Aren't they cute? I did one bear in a print and another one in a solid fabric. This green has a little bit of gold metallic paint kind of all over it. And so I used the printed fabric for the vest and swapped it over here and used the solid green fabric for the vest on this one. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something new about making little clothing. If you're interested in other beginner sewing projects, look below your YouTube screen for those video links. You want to scroll down to the About section and expand it open, and you'll see a lot of links down there. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and don't forget to go and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny. See you next time.